Thousand Hills Ministry has been working in Haiti with our church partners for years. The center of that, glory be to God, right? God has to be glorified in everything that we do. Second, Christ is center, right? If it's not about Christ, it's not worth doing. And what did Christ tell us to do? To create disciples, to make disciples. We have to come behind leaders and empower them, that the community sees that leader as the spokesperson of God. They are the stewards that God has brought in their community to lead, not U.S. missionaries, not U.S. ministries. And it encourages other people to say, if you can start a garden and if you've stewarded goats and they're multiplying, I can do the same thing.
What I love about Thousand Hills Ministries is that their mission is perfectly parallel with our mission. So at Life Point, we say our goal is to be focused on Christ and faithful in the community. Thousand Hills Ministry works with communities, strengthening them by giving them economic development opportunities that they don't have. As a matter of fact, in Haiti, people already have a very strong faith. They could teach us about faith. What they don't have is a way to provide for their families. There are no jobs in Haiti. Most people are just working on small little plots of land and farms. So what Thousand Hills does is they come into these local areas, working through the church, helping them figure out how to manage their resources and prioritize the opportunities that are available to them.
It takes time to develop all these projects. It takes time to develop the leaders and give them the tools and vision and forward thinking on how do we solve some of these problems and how do we solve new problems with abundance. That's a different proposition. So as we're investing in a local community like this, and we hear that they want to plant 100 more, my first thought, that's daunting. We have had many conversations with the leaders. How can we help you? And several things were identified. So we would love to have a goat farm here so the goats would multiply. We can give goats out to the community, and of the abundance of that herd, we can steward that and take care of ourselves. Pastors could be paid, and they could use those resources to help people here in the community.
I was in a church service back in La Sienne where one of the families was actually able to give one of those goats back, one of the baby goats back to the church. And it was cool because they presented that goat to the church as a tithe. So right there in the middle of the church service, as people are putting coins and bills into the offering, this family comes forward with a goat, and we were just blown away because it was the perfect representation of what Thousand Hills had been trying to do.
One of the critical pieces of Thousand Hills philosophy is we don't want to get involved in anything that if we leave, it collapses. That's empowering leaders. If we're simply bringing over trucks full of food, if we stop doing it, they go hungry. If we stop with the goat farm here in La Sienne, it continues to grow. The leaders have been equipped, trained, and resourced with what it takes for them, per their request, and how to care for their own ministry.
Because of the ministry, because of the ministry, I become a leader. And I help the Asian student and the university from agronomist. I use my talent, I use my way to do my best to give good product. Is the reason they always say, you are a Christian. You are a Christian because you do it with all your heart.
God is doing wonderful things in building His church all over the world. But I can tell you right now that the wonderful things that He's doing in His church here in Haiti are amazing and faith growing. Partnering with Thousand Hills, helping us fund projects, going on trips with us, praying for us, all wonderful things. But to be a part and sit on the front row and see the stories of what God is doing here, I'm telling you, your faith explodes. Projects are fantastic, that's great, right? They're a means to an end, but it's just that experience of what did God just do? Wow.